So I'm having a chat with Loz of While She Sleeps. How are you?
I'm doing good, mate. Having a good day. Yourself?
Good, yeah, not too bad. I imagine you're having a little bit of downtime before you head out on tour shortly.
That's right. Yeah, we just got back from a pretty heavy touring schedule in Australia, which usually means a lot of sleep deprivation, a lot of internal flights getting there, getting back. We visited Jakarta for the first time, which was amazing. In Indonesia, which
Mm.
was crazy, and finished up in Japan. So we have literally a few days off before we hit the practice space again to get ready for the UK and European leg. So
Yeah,
yes,
nice. How's the jet lag? Recovered?
I'm over it now. It definitely took a few days. I think people kind of say that it's better on the way back, but yeah, while we were out there, it was very tough.
Mm.
But worth the travelling to see fans out there, and I love it in Australia and all those places. So yeah, definitely worth it.
Nice. And in a couple of weeks' time, 6th of November it is, you start your European dates. France, Germany, I mean, they're all on there, but you can't wait to be back in Europe again.
Yeah, for sure. Always a pleasure to be touring over there in Europe. They look after you. The people are great. So many great countries. So yeah, again, stoked to be straight back out leading up to Christmas. And yeah, what a banging lineup as well. Like stoked to have the bands that we do out with us. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, tell us about your supports and how you go about picking the ones that you decide to take out with you.
Well, for example, on this run we head into Europe and we've got Malevolence, Throne, and a band called Resolve from France. We try and you know we try and make it a no-brainer. I think there's a lot of bands sort of doing the same thing where you see sort of lineups and the whole bill is kind of stacked. So we try and do that and maybe also pull from different sort of subgenres of metal if you want as well. There's some metalcore in there, some death metal. So we
Mm.
try and pick a lineup so that it's balanced enough for people to be stoked and everything's a little bit different. And also bands that we're into and interested in and like the idea of watching every night as well.
Mm.
So yeah, that's sort of how we go about it. Obviously, the supports change from Europe to the UK. So we have a band called Currents joining us from the States. So also like a wicked sort of metalcore band as well. So just stoked to have them out with us. Yeah, that's kind of how we go about it, really.
Yeah, nice. And there's obviously UK dates. You've got a couple of weeks here in the UK. That you try and fit as many in, but there's still kind of locations missing. How do you kind of pick where you're going to play on such a short run of dates?
Yeah, I mean, it is tough. The ideal situation would be, play everywhere all the time, but you can't always do that. A lot of the time, booking agents have to figure out what venues are available and what cities at what time, and it's all about trying to cover as much ground as possible in the time that we have. So like I said, we're always up for playing everywhere and anywhere really. But yeah, that's down to the booking agent. Nothing to do with me. I stay out of that.
Yeah, you've got enough to do. Um,
Exactly.
and I mean, you're doing all this touring because you decided to release your new album, Self Hell, earlier this year. For those who've
Yeah.
not heard it yet, tell us about the record.
It's a bit of a change of direction for our band. If you've heard of While She Sleeps previously or in the past or any other records, it is a little different. We tried to sort of push ourselves out of our comfort zone, ruffle a few feathers, try some different things, some fresh sounds. So yeah, if you've not heard it yet, go and check it out. It's out there. For us, I think that we've been doing this quite a while, and it was, when people are into your band, they might turn up, they might listen to your records, they might see you play live, and then they get to kind of forget about that for a little while until maybe you release more music or you're on a festival circuit. For us, we're living inside it, and it's it's constant. So for us, it's about keeping things interesting initially and hoping that our fan base enjoys us enjoying ourselves in the studio.
Hmm.
I think the main thing to take from Self Hell is that we're not following any trends with this record. I don't think there's anyone that's put out a record recently that sounds like what we've done with Self Hell. Trying to draw from a lot of inspirations and influences of when we were younger, you know, trying to pull in a bit of, for me, there's a lot of like Britpop elements in the new record. So I've been calling it sort of Brit metal. Um, but yeah, I think the main thing for us at the moment, for me anyway, it feels like there's a lot of bands that want to sound like Korn and Deftones mixed. And that is, it's everywhere, you know, like clean choruses, bonky riffs. And for us, we're kind of a little bit bored of hearing that same thing. So we wanted to do something that doesn't follow any trends and stand on its own, really. And that's what we've tried to do.
Yeah, fair enough. Have you already started looking towards the next record now?
I mean, Sean, our lead guitarist, is an animal. His biggest passion is to write demos, basically. So he never really stops. So yeah, we're already sort of churning and working on some bits and bobs. Nothing too heavy, you know, just getting ideas out there and writing. I'm constantly writing lyrics and things. So it shouldn't be too long before we're hearing again something new from the band.
Nice. Are you one of those who has a notebook with you and jot ideas down all the time?
But a bit of both. I have my phone on me, obviously, at all times, and I might, you know, think of something that needs to get down quick, and then. But I also have a notebook as well. Reading my lyric books is like, I don't know, like reading a psychopath's diary. I think. You know?
Have you got it to hand?
No.
Ah, that's a shame. Is there a lyric that you can think of off the top of your head that you kind of want to use at some point?
Let me have a look. I do have my phone here, so let's see what am I writing. What did it say? To be honest with you, full transparency. I've been going through a bit of a time at the moment. A close friend of ours is really, really poorly, and actually doesn't look like she'll be here with us that long. So I've been writing a lot of kind of emo stuff down to get that out, and yeah, so I'll hold that close to my chest for now because it's a bit sentimental. But yeah,
fair enough.
Writing in general just helps you get that, you know, that emotion out, whether it's heavy or more you sort of emotive, and yeah, it's good for me to be able to do. So yeah,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. 2025. What's what are you up to in 2025?
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't even know. We're in discussions at the moment about tours. I think we have booked sort of America with Bury Tomorrow, which is not announced yet, but that's looking like it's going to happen, which is exciting for us. And I think at the moment we're just sort of keeping our options open, looking for any bands that are touring that might want a support band or anything like that. I think for us, we've been doing a lot of headlining, and I think at some stage your band gets to a bit of a level where it's easy to just headline a lot. Supporting is just the best because you're not on stage for as long. You get to watch the headline band and really enjoy them, and chill every night and meet fans on merch and stuff. So pros and cons to both. But yeah,
and they're not specifically there to see you either, so you might get some more fans out of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I love supporting. Obviously, love headlining as well. There's nothing better than a headline show or tour. But yeah, supporting's can be a bit of a dream. You know, the right one.
Yeah, absolutely. Festivals next year?
No idea. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Are you hoping so?
Yeah, of course. Like festivals is amazing. I love to be able to play a set, but also check out loads of our friends' bands or bands I've never seen before. So yeah, like I feel like if I wasn't in a band, I would be going to these festivals and shows regardless. So I think it's one of the great things about being sort of a touring artist or in a band is that you are able to check out a lot of new music, and quite often you don't have to pay anything to go and see it. So I think that's one of the perks of the job, really, is to be able to experience so many different artists, which, you know, I don't take for granted. And when I'm at festivals and stuff, I definitely like to check bands out.
Yeah, nice. And you've now crossed Jakarta off your list of places to go and play. Is there anywhere else that you've not been to yet that you want to get to?
So last time we were in Australia, not this time before, we went to New Zealand, and that was a place I'd always wanted to go to. So we managed to cross that off the list. Yeah, there's definitely places we haven't been to. Bali would be a cool place to go. I mean, I don't know how many metal shows they have out there, but where else haven't we been? Hard to know off the top of my head, but there will be places that we haven't been to that I'd love to visit for sure. For me, it's about like, can we go and play shows in places that are lovely and warm, and maybe like holiday either side, or have some nice days off in the sunshine.
That's why you picked Bali, isn't it?
That's it. Let's go and tour Greece for a month.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Lars, it's been a pleasure having a catch up with you.
No problem at all. I appreciate your time.